You're now listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show.
Nasty, hateful, insane nation that exists.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1130 podcast. What's goody? How everybody doing out there, man? I'm excited. It's the new year, 2023. It's only rising, man. What's goody, man? It's a bonus episode here of the podcast. Just to let everyone know, the podcast episode returns January 25th, man. Yes, Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. Don't miss it. Also, beyond 11:30, new episode is coming. And Talk Pro Wrestling, man. We're going live before the Royal Rumble. So I had to stop past it, man. Just on my off day, man. I've been missing this. I've been excited. Just celebrated 3 years of podcasting also. And, being a dad, my little man is about to be 6 months, so seeing him grow up so fast is so amazing, for real. But you guys, man, I appreciate everyone tuning in. And like I said, just celebrated 3 years and a 3-year anniversary of the podcast and 3 years of podcasting. I want to thank everyone. Everyone for the major support, all the podcasters, all the guests, the authors, motivational speaker, everyone, man, who came through on the 1130 podcast for over the last few years, for everyone who tuned in to hear me talk my crap, whether it's, here on the main show or just talk my wrestling crap, man, because I love wrestling, man, for real. So once again, like I said, thank every guest who came past here on the 1130 podcast. And speaking of guests, I got a dope guest, you guys. Yes, he's been here on the 1130 podcast show before. He was live on Talk Pro Wrestling before. My guy, Brian B, the host of the Beeline Entertainment Web Show. Yes, on YouTube, man. If you don't know, I don't know what you're waiting for, man, for real. He's going to be joining me here. We got a dope energy. That's my guy, for real. Before we get started, you guys, and if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. That's going to be doing me a big favor. Like this video, share it, send it out to everybody else, man. And we're going to get started, for real. On this dope bonus episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking everything, man. Relationships. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world right now. And definitely wrestling, man. Vince McMahon is back and all the WWE sales and all that, man. So sit tight. We're going to get it going on. But we're going to waste no more time. We're going to get into it. My guy, my homie, Brian B. What's going on with your homes?
What up, people? What's good? What's going on? It's Brian B. Yo, hey, Dre, thank you so much for having me on, bro. You hit me up and I was like, listen, bro, I gotta go to work. And I was like, there's a storm over here. I'm like, listen, we about to do it, yo. I'm ready to get it in, yo. What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on with you, my guy, man? I'm doing wonderfully, man. Blessed, like you said, it's the rainy and wet outside, man. There's a whole lot going on though, but I'm excited. First episode, bonus episode though, but of the new year, and celebrating 3 years of the podcast. We were just chatting a little bit before, man. I'm just about to say also, man, just if you told me 3 years ago would I be connecting and inspiring people, no, I really wouldn't told you. I really wouldn't have said, yeah, I'll be doing something like that. But I always had this vision and mindset of what I wanted to do, and man, just kind of like putting things together, man, and just roll with it. So once again, I thank everybody, and plus, man, I thank you, Brian B, man, for coming back here on the show, man, for real.
Sure.
For real.
Yeah, man. I love dope shows, man. Yeah, I love these good shows, man. Like I said before, man. Like we were just talking for like 20 minutes before we even started the show.
Yeah.
But literally, like I doing this for as long as we've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it is easy to get discouraged. It is easy to kind of forget where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I go back and watch my old shows, and I'm like, oh man, damn, that looked crazy, but I learned, and then I grow, and I'm like, damn, look at all the changes that's been made. Look at all this stuff, whatever. So it's like, the respect of just, we've been doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing this, and I love your show, bro. It's an amazing show. So, thank you for having me, bro.
Man, I appreciate it. No problem, man. Definitely appreciate it. Yes, 3 years, man. It's going on 3 years is a long time, man. And I see little videos where I was in a last night. I'm in like a little group, little family chat, and my sister-in-law sent me a picture of my son, and they were actually, having a video and stuff like that. And at the end of the video, she was like, "Yeah, come on, you gotta get ready for the 11:30 podcast and stuff like that." And we always talk about how he definitely going to be coming up, trying to disturb me doing the podcast and be in the
Oh
background and
yeah.
stuff. But man, it's I'm grateful though, and I think
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
just said something, and also I just said something too, just about just being grateful of coming up with the podcast and just dedicated putting your time in it with it. But I saw something just a few minutes ago before we actually got on air and stuff like that to record, abundance versus lack. And I want to say something because I think a lot of people, even myself at times, though, we always get caught up as people. We always get caught up in the things that we don't have. And I learned this, a couple of years coming into podcasting is just being grateful for the things that we that you do have, and there's
Yeah.
so many things that we don't have, and always talk about what we don't have, and this, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got that, but worry about the stuff that we do, that we do have, and just live in
Yeah.
abundance, man, and just be grateful and stuff. So a lot of people, like I was just saying, I ain't got a mic and stuff, and I wanted to get a mic and be more professional and stuff like that, but everything that I do have, I'm grateful to just keep,
Exactly.
being able to do what I do. So that just go across the board, not just in
Yeah.
podcasting, but just in life, man. Just, be abundance, have abundance with stuff, and just not worried about the stuff that, we don't have,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
life would
No,
be a
no.
lot better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right too, man. And I mean, you make what you got work. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I think not only people worrying about what they don't have, but acknowledge what you have. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be grateful
Hmm.
for what you have, but also acknowledge what you have. Like you have
Yeah.
if you don't have a mic, you know what I'm saying? It's not, a mic isn't the craziest thing not to have doing this at this point. You literally have a device that you walk around with 24/7 that literally you could do a podcast on the spot. You could do a podcast in your basement, whatever. But you
Yeah.
utilize what you have. You know what I'm saying? Like and make it work to the best of your ability. You can take two sticks and a upside down a bucket and have the best drum competition. Learn the
Mhm.
most how to beat that drum and sit on the sidewalk and make money doing it.
Yeah.
Utilize what you have. You don't have to have the $300 drum set from the damn store. Utilize what you have, and that's what's impressive. You feel me? It is true, like you said, like doing something like this, especially like you got people going to get the rolling friggin' guitar sets or whatever you got, the sound effects, and I'm one of them type of people. I'm not gonna lie. I like to spend money on stuff and got the best
Hmm.
cameras, and you want your stuff to look amazing, but
Yeah.
it's not always about the what's it called, like the price. It's about the quality, man, of what you're doing. And your
Hmm.
show is without a mic, to be honest with you, I never even noticed. I never noticed that you don't have a mic. That until you sent it to me a little while ago, I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't have a mic. I didn't even know. You sound good
Yeah.
always on the show. It's never a
I,
quality problem. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
I, I
but
appreciate it because I actually bought me a mic one time and then it didn't work, so I had to like send it back. So I just had to
got
go
you.
with
Yeah,
the earphones and
you were
stuff.
like,
So
fuck it, I'm gonna spend my life.
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man. It took us a minute to kind of like, like I said, I am very big on like I like, I don't I'm not insane, but I do like to have like, up to date stuff, especially when it comes to like, I try to have as much as I can. And my girl, she talks to me about it all the time. Like, yo, you always want to spend money. Like, I do want to spend money. I love spending money. But if I
mm,
have it to spend, like, I want to spend it if I have it to spend. And just to try to like help with my dream, like I'll get on here and talk regardless. I don't care, like I'll put my phone in my face and talk, but I
I
just want
got
to
you.
try to do it the best that I possibly can. But yeah, like you said, man, it's not always about how much can you get. It's about what can you do with what you got. It's very important. Great
Yeah,
message.
man. Got it. You're right about that, man. Definitely right about that. I dig it. Okay, you guys, man. We're gonna move on the podcast. Our first topic that I want to talk about, man. I'm a new dad, so I always be trying to reach out to new dads and stuff like that, or just dads just for general questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've been or haven't, experienced since, being a dad is sort of, and I kind of like want to ask you, have you ever dealt with this anyway? Because my little man is 6 months, and at the beginning, when he, first was, first born and stuff like that, and obviously, all the attention, and I may say this to you before, but all the attention definitely is, going to go to the
Him.
little one and
Yep.
stuff like that. But which is totally great, my
Yeah.
attention, her attention, all that. But does the relationship stops once we have a kid? That because or does it stop when you have a kid, or because I think effort still need to be put in, and to make each other happy, so we could be happy sort of as a family, is what I'm saying. Is because I felt like this. I felt like I was getting pushed to the side,
Mm.
at one point.
Yeah.
And I was telling to my fiance, she was like, "What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? You getting pushed to the side?" I was like, "Well, I feel like I'm getting pushed to the side." I mean, all the love go to him, and it's
Yeah.
no, acknowledging me. Like, come on, how can't you acknowledge me? My son look just like me. Come on, like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
those little things is just like, I don't know. And I felt like I was the only one, but I know I'm not the only one. So I have you dealt with, stuff like that. And what's the best way, to do, deal with that, especially when you got a newborn and,
Yeah. Yeah.
the mom attention always, goes to the baby, and you just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, no, I completely feel you, bro, and definitely not the only one. I think that's just a common occurrence. It's one of those weird things, not to make it like less than what it is as far as worth or whatever, but it's one of those things like when you get something new. When you get something new and it's like, oh, that's new. It's kind of like that with a baby, except with a baby, it's new, but you're responsible for keeping it alive as well. Like it's very important. So it's like,
I mean, because I want you to finish that thought. I want you to cut you off. But ever since my fiance saw the last episode, actually the first episode we did, she liked that line, man, that you always use. Yeah, we got to keep him alive. That's one thing we got to do.
Simple facts, right? You got to make sure your ass don't stop breathing. I mean, that's your job, right? But it's crazy because I think it's easy in relationships in general. Like, the longer you're with someone, like the more adjusted you are with them, the more comfortable you are with them, the easier it is to kind of, forget the value of the person that you're with and things like that. And I think, when you have a baby, like your responsibilities completely change, especially your first child. Like your first child take a lot of adapting to new situations that you haven't had to, especially like the mom, especially if she's breastfeeding, especially if, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that mothers, their bodies are getting back. They've just literally went through all these changes. It's a lot to adapt to. And like you said, for us as men, like having to kind of experience that and see them experiencing it, we're not on the back burner, like, intentionally, but I can understand because they're trying to adjust with all of those changes, especially a new mom. I can see how it can be relating to like, oh man, like I feel like I'm not being to pay attention to as much. I feel like but the fact is you're probably not, but it's not. I think the best way to look at it was, don't look at it as an intentional thing. Don't look at it as like, oh, she doesn't want me anymore, or whatever, however you can see it. Just be more of understanding of like, and if I had to give like a thing, I don't do great. Like my girl's always talking to me, like telling me what I need to do, whatever. But if I had to just think about it, sit down and kind of just think how you can help, always offer just to be like, of service. Like, how can I help? How can I, what would you need? Make your own situation. You know what I'm saying? Like set something up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we haven't really did this. So take it just a step of like, hey, we're going to do a dinner date. Call her up. Like, hey, I know you got the baby. We're going to take him with us, whatever. Let's go out to dinner. You need some time. You know what I'm saying? That's where I think you'll try to start making the adjustments, because right now her brain is, this baby is my responsibility. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of responsibility that you've never had before, especially as a new mom. I'm pretty sure. I'm not a mom. I'm a dad. But I have felt like kind of, like, oh man, everything is different. Everything is this now. I mean, my situation is kind of special because my first son, my whole life changed. It wasn't even just where I was changed, everything. I mean, because I wanted it to be with my son. But yeah, it's a lot of adjustments, man. Your life completely changed if you're a good parent, if you're there. That's why I think a lot of people do run off, and a lot of people try to not do whatever they do, which I don't agree with, but I can understand. It's a heavy toll because your life completely changes when you have a child, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right, man. You're definitely right about that. And what you were saying, do things, and and we about to celebrate our anniversary actually in a couple of weeks and stuff. Been together for 10 years, and yeah, man, I heard it numerous of times. Of course, new mom, body going through different things, and
Yeah.
always try to be a little step ahead, and that she forget things. Always be like, hey, do you need this, or make sure the bottle is filled or the bottle is washed, and
A
make
lot
sure
of
you got Pampers
responsibility.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yep.
and I do those things, and then I just be like, I just be feeling like I just be pushed to the side, and I don't know if that's just maybe how I'm feeling, or whatever like that. But that's just
Yeah. Sometimes some things are
a little
also
bit.
going to just be kind of like some things. It sucks to say it because it's like the most blunt way that you can say it. There are
Yeah,
some
I know.
things that are literally just like that's just kind of how it is, man. I mean, it's not to neglect anybody's feelings or anything like that, but at the end of the day, it's just some things are going to happen in a relationship, or in whatever you go, and a lot of things you go through in life. It's just some things just that just kind of is what it is, man. So it now it turns into how are you going to deal with it? You know what I mean? Like, not as
Yeah,
much as like, is this happening, to where it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, to a degree, you probably, I mean, if it is like, you personally kind of experiencing this, like, I'm pretty sure you feel like, that's your wife, man. That's, y'all together, y'all love each other. But right now, y'all got a completely new situation in the house, something that you love together, you made together. And right now, yeah, she got that new toy she can't put down. You know what I'm saying?
okay, so I'm
But
gonna look at it that.
you know what I'm
I'm gonna look
saying?
at it
Like,
that
you
way.
kind of gotta
Yeah,
change your mentality, bro. Because if you look at it on a way of like, oh well, I'm being neglected. Even if it feels that way, you gotta kind of help your mind to like, I know it feels like that, but I know it's not what it is. And then you start putting some rationalizing in yourself, and educate, and do whatever. And then you kind of just gotta realize, because it's gonna suck sometimes. One of the biggest challenges that we dealt with, um, like I said, I'm kind of unique because I had a crazy freaking experience. Like, I was in Jersey and my big mom's in Jersey, and then we moved to she moved to Georgia with her mom and stuff like that. And I met her up there, and I said, "Well, fuck that. All right, you want to go? I'm coming too." Like, and
yeah,
I made everything happen like a year time span, a little bit less. And I moved my whole life to Georgia. I mean, literally, my mother, sister, everybody, we all moved. So I said, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna be with my son, first child," and that changed my life, man. And I literally had almost a like 6-7 year time period where my life was nothing like what it was. My life was completely different. I didn't know nobody. I went to jail. Like, I had a bunch of shit going on. But
yeah,
now I'm here. I got 3 kids. I got a beautiful family. I got a show that I've been doing for 3 years. Like, things happen, man. The life that changes that come from having a child, if you're a good parent and you want to be involved, you want that kind of life, you want to be there for your kid, you're going to go through some things you ain't never thought you were going to go through before. That's just the nature of it, yo. So your mind state on how you deal with it is going to be your biggest help in dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be hard, and having conversations and getting people's ideas and letting you know that, oh, okay, maybe it isn't. You know what I'm saying? That whole like mental awareness you have when it's like, oh, okay, maybe I am tripping. Like,
yeah. You know what? I said that to myself. So I was like,
I
maybe
know,
I am tripping.
bro.
Maybe I am tripping. I because I look at my little man, and the man just has so much joyfulness, and just go
Yeah.
crazy, and he's starting to wrestle me now. So he just be
Yeah,
slapping me
yeah,
in the face and beating me up. So he just love throwing so much, and I'm man, I'm just like, I get it. I definitely do, but I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me at
You
times,
miss
but
it,
I'm
man.
definitely,
You
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. You
do.
you you
Maybe.
miss it. You missed the life, especially when you guys were together. It was just y'all. It was just
Yeah.
y'all for a while. You know?
But I don't necessarily want to say I just I because I think when I hear you say I miss it, kind of like I miss it, but without my son. And it's not like that though,
It's
but
hard to say,
it's
right?
like man, yeah, it's really hard to say. It's like man, yes, my son, something a child I never thought I for real would have
Yeah,
or whatever. Yes, man, come on, you my man, let's go. At the same
yeah,
time,
yeah,
like babe, I'm right here though. Like, come on, like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
acknowledge. So I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping,
Yo,
right?
hey, Dre, I'm laughing. I'm laughing, right? Because this is why I'm laughing. This is what you're saying right now. It's funny, right? You're gonna sound like the biggest asshole. I'm sorry, but that's how you be feeling, yo. Like sometimes you're like, damn, man, I can go to see this movie right now if I had a damn kid right now. I can go do this. I can go to this wrestling show right now if I got this freaking kids all day. I mean, to this day, my kids are 12 and 4. Like, I'm freaking kids. I can't even go see this damn movie I want to go see because I got to go watch some PG-13 shit or whatever. Bro, listen, but you still, it don't mean you don't love your kid, but you still miss some things, man. There's some things and that's a part of it. You're gonna want to go see the rated R movie, but then you're gonna remember, oh man, I gotta go get somebody to watch my kids or this and that.
Yeah.
And you can't, and you're gonna be like, damn, let's somebody just take my kids for a little while and bring them back.
Yeah.
But you love your babies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's
a
a
part of. I
feeling.
guess.
We're human, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also a part of growing up in life. Just
Mm,
gotta grow up and adapt to different changes and stuff like that. So I'm
yeah,
definitely doing that, man. Definitely,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely doing that.
Yeah, I feel
Speaking of
you.
changes, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I
What
was
you
gonna
want to
say. I
say?
mean, yeah, you're not alone, man. One thing I have been noticing since you had a baby, bro, is you've been very big with the topics because you want to know something. It's one of the biggest things one of the biggest transitions that I think you can go through in life, man. Creating a little guy or a little girl, and you know, after you get that, the experiences, the way you look at life, like the way you
Hmm.
understand that it's not just
Yeah.
me anymore. Before it was
Uh-huh.
just you. I say this all the time, man. I was at a point when before I was having my son, I was at a point where I was looking at magazines. I was working at a grocery store overnight, and I was looking at magazines. We had this one magazine. It was like a Time magazine. It was like a special where they were just showing like beautiful pictures, like of all around the world. Like I'm talking
Yeah.
about like rainforest pictures, like Belize, like all these different places. And I was literally sitting there on some, why the fuck am I here? Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this job? I could be anywhere. Like my cashiers that I had that I was managing overnight, they all had kids. They would all have conversations about having kids all the time. And I'm looking at books like, I can just escape everything right now if I wanted to. I could be gone. It's
Yeah.
just me. I only have to worry about me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got family and stuff. You send them letters and shit. They'll be fine. But I don't have no responsibilities. And then you have a kid. And it's like, wait a minute. It's not just me anymore. I have to keep
Aw.
me and them alive. Like, and then your whole perspective on everything changes. You'll give them the last little bit of food and you'll be hungry. That's just how it is. You're not worrying about you no more. You have become us. And then you get a family, and if you're a dad, you that man of the house kind of dude. Now it's all of us. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just that kind of mentality to where it's like you think different. It's not about me anymore. Like you make your time when you need to make your time, but you also got to make sure everybody else is in good enough situation to make your time. If I want to step out and go see a movie, I got to make sure everybody's fed. I got to make sure everybody got this. Got to make sure everybody's that. My girl don't got too much to do for herself. Then I can go step out and see a movie by myself or something like that, and then come right back. I can't hang out for an hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a
Yeah.
different type of. It's just a different type of life, man.
I got you. I got you, man. Just adapting and growing up, different changes and stuff. I
Yeah,
got you. I
yeah,
got
it's
you.
big changes.
Yeah, big changes. Speaking of changes, though, what's your opinion and what you think on what's going on in the world right now in the 2023 with so many changes right now? A couple of
Yeah,
weeks
I
ago,
mean,
it was a snowstorm here on the East Coast and frigid cold, and now
yeah.
it's rain and hurricanes over in California and stuff like that. I don't
Oh,
think
really? I
they
didn't even know that.
get. Yeah, I think that was real interesting because they got a huge they call it Pineapple Express or some stuff like that. I didn't even know, but it's a big rainstorm, and then coming behind it, it's a hurricane, and I'm talking about a big hurricane. Like this ain't no small hurricane. So it's just with everything going on in the world, man. It's just you just like man, like and that's the thing about me just being a dad too. I just open my eyes up to a lot of stuff and
Yup.
just be intrigued on just not just the little simple stuff no more. It's just like
Yeah.
man, like but yeah, like
Bigger picture shit now. Yeah.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I think I might be going a little bit opposite now. Um, damn, I
Mm.
don't want to talk too much, but listen, this is something that
Nah,
is
you
crazy
good.
for me right now with like how I'm viewing the world. When the whole, like we just said, like this conversation is kind of transitioning into this whole thought right now. When I, adapted my family, like, I've been a full family like this for about going on about 5 years now. And we've been together, we've been raising our kids together and stuff like that or whatever. I've been a dad, what I'm saying, like for 12, 11 years. But now we have a family we formed together, and we got a baby that we have together. She's about to be 4 this year. Um, that all changed my mind state as far as I didn't care about going out. I didn't care about doing stuff. I want my family safe at all times. That kind of adapted me into this mind state where I always want to know what's going on. I kind of always want to have control. Not like, abusive control, but like just control and make sure everybody's in the area where they can be good, where everybody's safe, everybody's protected, everybody's always got something going on, the way needed. But this year, after COVID and all that stuff, we got locked down. I was like, oh, I see the benefits of watching movies at home. I see the benefits of homeschooling the kids. I see the benefits of all this. Even though there's some things that I still agree with, and I do want to have like, I want to be able to, grow my own vegetables and stuff like that. Even have chickens for eggs, with eggs being $40 a box. I'm starting to open back up to, I want to be back out. I think that I've kind of mentally locked myself down as well as physically.
Mhm.
And I think with this year, that's why I didn't hear about the hurricanes and stuff. And you've been hearing all stuff, whatever. Oh, this is going on, end of the world. And it's been the end of the world 400 fucking times. Like, if it's going to end, it's going to end. Like, I don't feel like sitting in the house anymore, bro. Like, me and my girl, we recently just started going. We're going to start doing it every morning, but there's a nice park that's right around the corner from us. We go drive over there and we go take the kids. They got their bikes, they got their scooters, their little hoverboard things. And they just go. We have a huge track where it's like you walk around. It's like 2 miles if you walk around twice. And we walked and we were just outside. And it was just so refreshing, man, because we both work from home. The kids go out to go to school. They come right back home. We don't really go too many places. Things are expensive as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's always a
Yeah.
reason for something. You know what I mean? But I've really made a decision this year to where I'm getting back to, I want to go out. I want to go bowling. I want to go skating. I want to go to Six Flags. I want to go, you know what I'm saying? Because I was always that guy. Like when I was younger, I was
Uh-huh.
everywhere.
I,
Seaside, New Jersey. I
yeah.
lived that Jersey Shore shit. I don't even know about that. That was me. I was there every damn summer, man. 6, 7, 8 times a damn summer. I was at Seaside. Not
Yeah.
being out, being home all the time, going to the movies all the time. That was my life. I'm ready to get back to that. So I don't give a fuck. If the world's ending, COVID, masks, whatever, I don't care. I'm not being locked down no more. This year, I want to experience. I want my kids to experience. And I'm out. I'm tired of being in the house. So yeah, I'm out,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
Breaking loose.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man. My little man be trying to go everywhere. I'm like, where you going, man? So we can go, man, for real.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
at, for a while, man, and especially like in my early 20s, man, you couldn't keep me in the house.
I'm
You couldn't
never,
keep me in the
never.
house, man. I was
Yeah,
just everywhere. I'm talking about I wake up, I'm gone. Like I don't know where
yep,
I'm going, but I'm gone. Like and
yep.
I'm just taking a ride, or I'm going to the movies, or I'm going to the lab. It was just so many places, and I think I don't know. Maybe I want to say I got comfortable. I just got I just got my first apartment. Just got my
Oh,
first
okay.
apartment in
Congratulations, bro.
2013. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, thank you. Actually, this was in 2013, 10 years ago,
Oh,
actually.
oh,
But
oh.
I
Okay. I'm about to
appreciate
say, oh shit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. At that time, yeah, I just got my first place. I'm like, shit, can't nobody tell me what to do. Shit, I'm in
Bro.
this dome, man. What, man? What? Like, I ain't got to go nowhere if I ain't want to. So I think with that, it came being complacent, comfortable, stuff like that. And when I do go out and me and Bay out, we just be like, yo, man, this is nice. Because even with her too, because she had got a little accident, which anxiety, kicks in every time, she goes out and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh
But
yeah, I can
you know,
imagine.
I'd be like, I'm with you. We want to go out, let's go out. But if she be like, I don't want to go nowhere, I'm like, all right, well, shit, stay in or watch something or whatever like that. But
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely trying to get out and take more
yeah.
trips, man. Because it was like a couple of years ago, I went to Myrtle Beach. Went to Myrtle
Mm.
Beach, first time ever. I was like, bro, I haven't traveled nowhere. I live in DC, so okay. What's next door to you? You say you live in Georgia, right?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta now.
Okay.
Atlanta, I gotta be honest, bro. It sucks because, like I just said, like when I was in Jersey, everything was. It was always something to do, bro. We had New York City. I'm Elizabeth, New Jersey, so New York City was a 30-minute train ride. We used to get round trip tickets and go to New York and just hang out. We go to, Dave and Buster. We go to different places, whatever. It wouldn't matter. We just go to New York, just go chill out or whatever. See a show,
Yeah.
whatever. But then it's like, we go to Seaside and stuff like that. We go to the beach. There's so many different places to go. Water parks and stuff. And then when I got to Atlanta, Atlanta is like, there's definitely stuff to do in Atlanta, but it's mostly like, clubs and like, stuff like that or whatever. I don't. Maybe it's just because I'm just not. I've been out, but I haven't been out that much, I guess. And I'm older, so it's not like I'm 20 years old going out. It's like I'm 30 something years old going out now. It's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to really go to bars and stuff all the time. I'm not really looking to do all that. I look to take my kids out. I look to, do stuff like that or whatever. And I can't go to Seaside. I can't do it. And that's boardwalks are like huge for me. Like, we went to, I think they had like Tybee Island down here. And I was thinking, because I never been there, I was like, oh, it's going to be a boardwalk. It's going to be this. It's going to be games you can play, candy and stuff like that. It's just a fucking beach. That's it. Like, they have like an area to walk in, like there's some food and stuff. But I'm like, from what I'm so used to, I feel like I was spoiled because it's not like it's the best place in the planet, but it was so much to do in Jersey, man. It was so much to do. Summertime, wintertime, whatever. It was always stuff going on. And then Atlanta is like, there's definitely a lot going on in Atlanta, but I just feel like it's not as much, man, unless you're like trying to go to the strip clubs and this and that and blah blah whatever. Like, yeah. So if y'all come show your boy Brian B. Like, I mean, cause I don't see too much, man. Like, it's some things to do, but yeah.
That's how I feel about here. That's how I feel about here in DC. It's not really too much to do. Everybody come here, to see, downtown and monuments and all that. But I be trying to travel to different places. So like I was saying, Myrtle Beach was like the first faraway place. Next door is Maryland and Virginia. I mean, like I go to places all the time, man. Like I can go outside to walk five blocks. I'm in Maryland, Virginia, like a ride down the street. I'm in Virginia. So Myrtle Beach was definitely one. So gotta take more trips. Definitely take more trips. You guys, man.
I also think that one of the other things about damn, I had this thought a minute ago. One of the other things about going out and stuff like that, man, that I used to. Damn, I knew what I was gonna say a second ago, and now I kind of like lost transition completely.
Don't you hate that?
I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm gonna try to make it work. That's how smooth I am. I'm talking. I'm like a professional talker and shit now. But listen. So, one of the things about going out, man, is the different kind of like engagements you get. Like you said, like you went to Myrtle Beach. It was a different experience for you. It was something that you're not going to forget. It's something that you're always going to remember. And like you also said with your son, like, where is your son going to go? You have a family. You want to keep him protected. You want to keep him safe. You want to do this. But then you start forgetting like the experience that they're going to have. And I'm doing that with my daughter right now because I know she loves like going out. She sees the kids going to school. And me and my girl are heavy bent on like we want to homeschool her because I just don't want my baby out in the world like that. If I can provide her with what I want to provide her, I'd rather that. But she is missing out on making the friends on her own, experiencing real life shit on her own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a hard balance, bro.
I got you on that, and I'm so glad that you just said that. Can you speak on that just real fast before we move to the next topic, the next segment? Because my fiance is definitely big on it. We were talking about homeschooling, Amir and stuff, and also she, she's kind of like said the same thing you were saying. I just don't want him to. not necessarily interact with anyone because man, the world is crucial and you can't
Fucking
control,
crazy. Yeah, it
especially when you
is.
send your when you send your kids out in the morning to go to school. You sort of don't have no control of what's going on at the school and
No,
stuff like
you
that.
don't.
So all that influence and all that stuff like that, they pick up and endure and all that stuff like that. You just don't. But can you speak on the and I guess importance or homeschooling your kid versus to taking them to school and stuff, because that's one thing
All right,
I
you
can
might
say
not. You might
definitely
not like
understand.
this because your girl's gonna watch this shit and be like, "See, I ain't fucking with you." I ain't. All right, so let me be honest here. Here we go. When I was young, I had a very very good childhood. I've said this a lot of times on my shows. I think I had a very good childhood. We had a lot
Mhm.
of friends we used to play with in the neighborhood. We'd go outside every day and just play. I literally just go outside, have a whole bunch of group of kids, just like in the movies and shit. And we would dig in the dirt. We would play tag. We would make tree houses, all that shit, man. I had that. I had that. And I love the fact that I had that. Now, when I got older, a little bit older, I started experiencing more of like a little bit of a rougher life because I moved to Elizabeth, New Jersey when I was in like sixth grade. And then it started getting a little rougher. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was more like the hood, and it was like a lot of different experiences, a lot of different, talking to people differently and dealing with situations differently and shit like that or whatever. So I kind of got grounded in different ways in that way. But I did experience a lot. And I know that a lot of the experiences that I got, even from those little times to the bigger times to the now times, have molded me into the person that I am today. And I'm happy with myself. I love myself. There's some changes I want to make as far as physically right now, but as far as like me as a person and my mentality and shit, I love my fucking self, bro. Like I'm very confident with
Mhm.
myself. But knowing that my daughter is going to go out and have some of the experiences that I hear about or that I see or that I have gotten from, I have three nieces. I have another daughter that kind of adopted in with me and my girl being together. And I have my son. I remember one time when I was taking my oldest niece. This is when she was in like maybe like second or third grade, bro. She was young, and I was waiting for her at the bus stop, and she was sitting in the car with me, and the other kids were sitting out there waiting for the bus to come. And it was a little bit of a rougher area in Atlanta, and I hated her going to that school, but she said something to me. And this shocked me and shit because I never heard my niece say anything like even in this kind of way. But
Mhm.
she was like, yeah, I don't no, I think I asked her, I said, do you like hanging out with those kids and stuff like that or whatever? And she was like, no, not really. And then I said, well, why? What's wrong? What do they do or whatever? And she was like, yeah, they cuss. They cuss. That's what she said. They cuss. She didn't say they say curse words. She didn't say they say bad words. She said they cuss. And when I heard that, the way she said it, that was like that weird ass moment when you were like, shit is different. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not, if she would have
Yeah.
said, oh, they use bad words or they say bad things, then you're like, oh, she's just a little girl. But when she said they cuss, that let me know she knows exactly what she means, how she means it, what they do, and what she's experiencing. It's different than just, oh, they're naughty. No, those
Mhm.
kids are bad news or some shit like that. And you're like, what? Bad news? How do you even know that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
Uh-huh.
that kind of experience for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit stayed with me. Like even right now, telling the story, knowing that your kids' innocence that they have, that you want them to have forever, especially your girls, man. I don't care what anybody. Your dad with a girl, listen, bro, it's a different fucking feel. But
I hear
your
you. I
kids'
hear
innocence, man, you want to
you.
protect your babies, bro. Like, even when they get bigger babies, like, but I was very big. I wanted my daughter homeschooled. I want my other kids homeschooled. And not gonna lie, COVID kind of introduced the idea to where I was like, wait a minute. This was something that maybe before COVID, it was looked at like, oh, you can't do this. You can't. But then when everybody got homeschooled and everybody was talking to the damn computer, you actually saw, wait a minute, this is actually a really easy possibility at this point. Kids could be
Mhm.
homeschooled now. You know what I'm saying? If you can, if you're not a parent that
Yeah.
goes to work and stuff like, if you don't work from home, we could do it. So that's why we were interested in doing it. But
Okay.
I think
do
that
you
there
think?
is a balance, man. I think there is a balance. So, my bad. There is a balance with it as far as beneficial for being able to have your kid structured in a way that you would like. And also, like, you don't even, people will say immediately, like, oh, they're losing a lot of social, connections and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie. They will lose some. But if you do your due diligence and you sit here and you make sure you incorporate that in this homeschooling process, whether it be Facebook, whether it be this, whether it be virtual meetings, whether it be meeting up at the park, meeting up at Chuck E. Cheese, meeting up here, you can make it work. It's not undone. You know what I'm saying? It's not able to be done. But
Mm-hmm.
the social connection that your child will make where they have their own experience that isn't formulated, there's a piece of that too that does its own kind of teaching and stuff like that. So you do lose that part. But I am pro homeschool, bro. If you can, I think that if you got a good, thing, you're good parents. You got my girl, she's really good at shit like that. She puts stuff together.
Yeah.
She'll put the whole damn school together right now and shit. Like she's really good at stuff like that. But
Yeah.
you know,
My fiance,
go ahead, because I can talk
my
like this
fiance,
forever. Like
nah, my fiance definitely want to do it. And I was just gonna say, what do you think? Like, does with them not experiencing being around other friends or associates or whatever you want to call it may affect them in the long run. Maybe they might not be a people person or something like or such to that thing.
like I said, man, it's different, man. It's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
because we actually had a homeschooler on a homeschool mom. She was actually giving classes for it and programs. Actually, my cousin too. She does virtual learning with kids. She has a whole business with it. And it's all about how you do it. If you're going to homeschool, but then you're going to not allow your kids to be social, then yeah, they're not going to have social cues and stuff like that. They're not going to be able to pick up on certain things. To be honest with you, that is the balance that you're losing. Like you're able to help your kid learn what they need, learn how they need, and probably learn a lot more better stuff than what you would just in a classroom. Of you got a couple smart kids, you got a couple silly kids, you got a couple kids who are still shitting their pants or whatever, and they're not really so they need extra help.
Yeah.
So you're not always getting a lot of attention, but you can give that direct attention if you do homeschool. But you have to make sure that you are also thinking of the negatives and not just the positives, because your kid will lose that social interaction if you don't incorporate it in there. So that's how I feel about it. We've had a lot of time to think about this shit, so you can tell, like,
Hey,
we still kind of
hey.
battling it. But here, Dre. One more thing. I know I'm talking a lot and shit, but even though I still feel that way, I want my daughter homeschool. Like I'm doing the beeline. I'm trying to make sure I got everything so I can just do this and homeschool my baby and, send her with her cousins and friends and shit like that later. I'm starting to rethink, like, I want my daughter to go to school. Maybe I want her to make her own friends. I want her to do this, like maybe a little bit of both. Like maybe I'll incorporate, go to school for this. And then maybe I'll homeschool you for this. And then maybe I'll do this. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
you can do it. You can do it, but you have to be able to do it. It's not easy. Parents who just think, oh, we'll just give you a book and just do a couple classes for and that's it. And then I'll go and do my own shit. If you're trying to be on some lazy shit, it ain't going to be for you. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to incorporate your life into being that child's teacher, even off the clock, even when 3 o'clock do hit. You know what I'm saying? It's an
Yeah.
adjustment, yo. It's an adjustment
I
for
got
real.
you. I got you. If we decided to do it in a couple of years or whatever, because most likely it's probably gonna be her decision. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely we'll definitely reach out to you for some advice and stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
I know expert, but
Hey,
I have talked to a couple of people on my show about it, and I also, like I said, we went through the COVID stuff, and my girl literally she turned our house into school, yo. I mean, it was school in this place, and when I saw she did that, and I try to I'm the enforcer, bro. I'm fucking Solo Sikoa of wrestling, right? I'm the enforcer, so it's like I'm good until I hear there's problems. And then it's like, if I can help, I was trying to teach them how to box and stuff or whatever. But for the most part, she turned this into school, yo. And that's where I had the vision. I was like, these kids can actually, do this. We can take them out on the
Yeah.
weekends and go to the park and, meet up at the park, let them play with the different kids, have the kids come over, they play video games. You can still be social. You can just kind of filter out the kids who are. Here's one more thing. This topic, we need to have a whole show on this topic right here. I'm just realizing that. My daughter came home. I'll give you one time, but I'll just give you one time. My daughter came home. My older daughter, she's 11. She's 11, going on 12 this year. She came home talking about, kind of on some naive shit. Like, what is sorry, listeners. What is BBC? That's what she said. This is what she said to me, and her mom. What does BBC mean? And me and her, you know what I'm saying? Me, we looking like, where the fuck did you hear that? Where did you hear that? And she said that she heard it because I guess the little boys in her cafeteria, when there's at the lunch table, were saying, "Oh, do you like BBC?" or something like that to my daughter, bro. And she came home. She didn't know what the fuck that was. She don't watch that stuff or whatever. And like, I'm listening, and there's the transition right there. Yo, my baby ain't going to fucking school. Right there, that's immediately me. Like, she ain't never going to school, or I'm going to that school. That's my thought. And I'm just thinking, like, if she was getting homeschooled, she wouldn't be dealing with this shit. She didn't deal with that when she was doing that virtual learning. She ain't had that kind of thought process in her head. But being at school, now she got that thought. Now she understands what it means. My daughter's she's really smart too. But she'll try to let you think that she don't get it. You feel me? Like, she'll try to make you think, like, I don't know anything. Yeah, I do. But it's stuff like that, man. It's stuff like that that'll have you like rattle your brain. Like, oh, do I want to make friends, or do I want them constantly being sexualized, or teachers trying to touch them, or people shooting up schools? It's the fucking reason why people are thinking about it so much now. So it's interesting, bro. Interesting conversation.
Hey, that's like you said, that's a whole nother podcast episode. A whole nother podcast episode in its own, though, for real. Definitely. We got to revisit that one, because that is a major conversation that
a lot of talk for
the
that.
Country, that the country have, and just me and my fiance have on just homeschooling and sending them to school and stuff like that. But you guys, though, we're gonna move on. You guys here on the podcast, you guys. It's time for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. All right. WTF moment of the week. Each week, always share a WTF moment of the week. Brian B, you have a WTF moment you want to share? Because mine is pretty strange, but if you don't, I'll go ahead and take it, though.
I mean, I guess, I hope it's not like treading on yours. I guess if I had to share one for this week, what we just did our, wrestle talk on recently was the whole, Stephanie McMahon, quitting WWE, man. That shit right there was crazy for me, bro. And I kind of as soon as I saw her letter of resignation, I screenshotted it and I posted it right away. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And somebody actually said to me the same way. They were like, Stephanie McMahon just quitting because she is like management and stuff like that. But you forget, man, Stephanie McMahon was in the wrestling ring. She had a bunch of matches. She was a women's champion. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of, I don't have any like crazy ones that happen, but I can think of. But yeah, that was a crazy one. I can just off the dome.
Okay. I'm going to get back to that in just a bit right after this, because that was everything wrestling right after this, because that's crazy. WTF though. I couldn't believe it though. A little bit in me believed it, because right before Vince McMahon had all these allegations, coming out, about him, she had literally stepped down, or was like stepping back, or she was at least taking a break. So
coincidence.
Yeah, and then boom, Vinnie Mac come back in the door. Now she's gone. Okay, we're gonna get back to that just a bit. Okay, my WTF moment, man, is crazy, you guys. Yes, a story just broke a couple of weeks ago. Actually, was it a couple of weeks ago? Actually, it was a little some time ago, but nonetheless, the story was crazy. Okay, this couple found out this couple found out that they were actually sisters
Oh,
and
yeah,
brothers.
yeah, yeah. I heard of that. Yeah,
Have you heard about this? Yeah.
yeah.
I forgot literally what happened.
Hold on. I'm pulling this. I'm trying to get better at my fact checking and shit like that or whatever. Yeah, I did just hear about that story. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even
They
think I really looked into it.
yeah, they were
About how
sleeping
it
around.
was.
Yeah, they were sleeping around for
Sister.
6 years. They were sleeping around for 6 years. They thought about, possibly having a kid or whatever, but they was like, you know what, maybe this is not the time that, we have kids. And they met each other, and when they met each other, they realized, yo, man, well, they didn't realize they both came from the adoption background. They both were adopted. So it was like, hey, what a coincidence. We got this in common. So, they had that in common. They were both adopted, and they just went about it, and things just kind of
Yeah,
like escalated and went on from there, and they became they got in a relationship for 6 years, and they wanted to find out who their parents were. They wanted to find out who their ancestors and stuff like that, and they did a DNA test and found out that they were sister and brothers though.
I got you.
Yo.
So they just like you just said, yeah, they were. It says that they were actually married for 10 years,
Oh,
with two
10.
kids. Yeah, they were married with two kids, and they just revealed wife have been together for 14 years, and they now have two kids together. Only to find out recently that they are siblings.
Mm.
Damn, that's got to be a hell of a freaking what's it called, man? That is a
Yo,
very
that's
crazy situation, yo.
Yeah, because that one right there, that one even is more kind of like more. I don't know the right word for me because I heard two of them too. This one was a little bit weird because I was like, oh, they ain't have kids, okay? But
Yeah,
the
that's
one you were just saying,
interesting.
I was like, yo, like you sisters and brothers, now you have kids. Like, what do you? How do you even go back from that? Like, do
Yeah,
you
I don't
even
even know if
stop
you
and say,
can.
yo, yeah, I know, right? Like, what did you say? Oh, that's not my child. Like,
I got I
I
got
don't
one
even.
I got one more for you that I think I just remember when you just gave that story right here. So this was a recent one that I just saw. I think it was like maybe today or maybe yesterday. But apparently there was a cop. I don't know what city or state this was in, but there was a cop who this can go on. I saved it. I'm gonna talk about it on my live. There was a cop who was cheating on her husband with I think it was like five other members or four other members of the police force, and they were running trains on her and shit in the thing or whatever.
Oh
And
wow.
the thing that hits, which is very crazy, but this is the thing that really hits, man, hits hard when I hear stories like that. She was somebody's wife. All right. She was somebody's wife. So she was somebody's wife. She had a respectable job. She was a cop with respectable people that you would think around her or whatever. You send your
Hmm.
wife to work. You know what I'm saying? You love your wife. Some people are stupid. Some people are this, whatever. But you send your wife to work. You love your wife. She goes to work and does some like crazy, grimy, like just straight up like smutty kind of shit like that, where she not only allowed like maybe one person she cheated on you on, but she's sitting there literally just loose with it in the precinct, like with the handcuffs and, shit, and the uniform
Like
on,
that's
bro.
yeah.
That shit'll make you stop trusting people forever, yo. Some stuff like that. I
Really,
mean, it's relationships are already
it can.
hard, but that shit will make you stop trusting somebody to know that you going. She's coming home, kissing you. Hi, honey, I love you. Let's go to the zoo with the kids tomorrow. Knowing she just went
You,
to work and did all that,
you
bro.
you know what? It probably would make it even worse. Would if those five dudes were his ride along partner in the cop, that
Probably,
would have made it
yeah,
worse. That
yeah,
I
man,
was like, come on, though. Literally, you fucking him, and then literally, I'm going to work, and I'm riding along with this goofball in the
bro,
passenger seat,
for
and he
real.
just throwing
Going to
look.
the family barbecues and
Hey,
shit.
yo,
Yeah,
talking
man,
about talking about I like what Shaquisha kick, like
bro.
what do you bro, what are you talking about? Like how you know this? Just hey, look at man, I pay attention to you. Nah,
Yeah,
man.
yo,
Gotta
I
watch out, people.
remember. I remember when I was in when I was working at a Target. A couple of years back. I think it was like 6 years now or whatever. I was working at Target and I was working electronics and stuff like that. I was working Target for like 3 years. I used to love Target. I love that fucking. I wish I can get paid higher. I'd have stayed there. I love that fucking job. But
Yeah.
we had got this new, like, managers used to kind of cipher in and out or whatever. But we had got this new manager one day, and it was this guy, real well kept, like really well groomed, very neat white guy. And you can tell he worked out, and he was like a strong guy, whatever. And he came, and they always just have us do these like little meeting things or whatever, and little huddles. And when he came, he introduced himself. So this guy, Mr. I'm Mr. Johnny Ace. Like yeah, I got this. He started telling us about his life. Yeah, I'm a basketball coach. I do this. I have a family of 3. He presented himself real humbly, not humbly, like kind of braggadocious, like, really like, yeah, this is what he said, his exact words. And I remember standing there like, I fucking hate this guy. I don't even know why I hate him, but I hate him. But he was like, yeah, me and my wife are having a competition for who can get their doctorates first. And okay, cool. Like, okay, so you do a lot. So I'm thinking this is like, oh, Mr. Family 107 and shit. Like, this is the best guy on the planet, right? He's like the best family man. Him and his wife got kids. Tell me how, like, a couple of years later, after I left Target, as a matter of fact, he was over there, got caught hooking up all the way with one of the employees in the damn storage room, bro, and stuff like that or whatever. And the first thing when I heard that story, first thing I thought about was, this was Mr. Oh, me and my wife are getting doctorates together, and look how good of a family people we are, and look how strong we are. We're all smart together and shit. It's always the ones that try to play it like they don't do no wrong. They don't. No, look how great we are and shit like that. They want you to have that image, but then they the first one sliding in the corner doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I pay attention to people fucking character, yo. Like, I don't pay attention to your story. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard now, because everybody got a story because it's social media, and you can present yourself in 1,000 different ways. But when you're standing in somebody's face and you watching their face while they talk, you watching their confidence, you watching how they're acting, that shit all matters, man, and how you interacting with people. So that was just real interesting to me, man.
Hey, man, that's a crazy scenario though, story though, for real. All right, you guys. It really is though. Okay, all right. My eye was definitely itching me. Okay, all right. We gonna move on to the last segment you guys hear on the podcast. Some wrestle talk, man. Robbie just mentioned it. Stephanie McMahon, resigning from WWE. And before I mention this though, over the last couple of weeks, I've been on a break. Everyone, as everyone know, if you didn't know, definitely been on a break. But I was on a break definitely for social media also. And when I came back around, maybe it was like a week and a half ago, I see Sasha Banks makes her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. What was your thoughts on that? Have you seen it or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw it, man. I hate to be one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? I respect pro wrestling, bro. I respect it, yo. This is how I feel. This is what sucks, right? I'm not gonna lie. Not just because I'm a fan of WWE. To me, it kind of feels like once you reach WWE, and that's where you at. I get it. It's a business. I'm not employed there. I don't know how it's like, whatever. Once you reach there and achieve greatness like what Sasha Banks did, anywhere else you go, to me, it's a downgrade, bro. And I feel like when I saw her, debut at which I love Sasha Banks. I think she's incredible. But I get it. Like I said, I don't know the inside politics. I'm talking pure, just fan of wrestling. When I saw her come out and she had the whole thing, the hair's different, and she got the cute little outfit, and she's still fine as shit.
Yes, she is.
I'm just like, whatever, bro. Like, okay, you're gonna go wrestle Kairi Sane or whatever for whatever belts over in New Japan. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not rushing to see it. Like, I still. Oh well, I'm not gonna jump around too. I'll say that. I'll save that. But I just feel like she said that it was something that she wants to do. She said it was something that she always wanted to do, was wrestling for New Japan. It's like a dream that she had. I just feel like she was dominant in WWE. You can say Sasha Banks' name and people will know it who don't watch wrestling. You know, not even because of the Mandalorian, just literally because they know, oh, she's a wrestler, right? Yeah, she's a wrestler. You know that shit because she's established. But WWE is that establishment. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I keep just verifying myself. I don't care. Oh, but she didn't like how it was. Whatever your reasonings are. As far as a fan watching wrestling, I was like, oh yeah, she's over there. All right, what the fuck is that? Like,
yo,
not hating, but just being honest, how I feel.
No, look here. I respect your honesty, and I agree with you. When I literally just watched it, I didn't even watch the whole show because it was like 6 hours or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So she
came
on, she was like,
on there, but I was like, whatever, man.
They did. I think the last thing I seen was Carl Anderson wrestling someone else. I don't remember who it was, but I like the opening match with Leo Rush, who was in it. I forgot who he was teaming with.
Yeah,
I think it was TJ, something like that.
Up.
She was the second person, I believe, who came in, and Kairi Sane wrestled, and then she came out. The only thing about it is that, you know, she goes over there, she makes her surprise return or debut or whatever, and obviously, you know how the crowd works over in New Japan. They don't react here in America. So her appearances, or at least all the pops, pretty came from social media or just came from home. So no one really popped when she really came out, you know, as far as in the arena to make the moment special. And even when she was talking, it just felt so off. So like you said, she looked good, still look good, but it seemed that's how I feel with Saray, aka Paige. Now she's in AEW. I just feel like it's just a downgrade. Like I feel like she should have just. She should have just, if it was possible to maybe held out. I understand she wanted to wrestle. I understand she wanted to do what she wanted to do. And WWE was kind of like doing this thing and interfering in their third party little stuff, you know, whatever business. And she made the choice to come to AEW. But I felt like it was a little downgrade. And it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah. It sucks to say it, man. It sucks to say it, and nobody's saying it. Like we said, once again, you have to keep saying it because you always get them jerk offs. But you don't understand. You purely understand, okay? There's 1,000 reasons, especially Paige, why she went over because WWE wasn't letting her wrestle. She said, "Fuck it, I want to wrestle. I can wrestle here. I want to wrestle." The utmost respect to her for that. I'm so glad she can live out her dream. Paige is a prodigy in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get the politics, bro. What I'm saying, just like you're saying, Dre, she went over there and put it this way. Here's the simplest way you can put it. Sasha Banks' music hits in WWE. The crowd loses their shit. Sasha Banks' music or new music, whatever, hits in New Japan. The crowd's like, oh, yeah, we heard you're coming from WWE. Like, it's not the same shit, bro.
It wasn't the same.
You got established. And on top of it, like I said, WWE is the high at the peak of the fucking mountain. Once you reach there, you go somewhere else because you were there. You're looked at like that's Sasha Banks from WWE, not that Sasha Monet. This is some brand new fucking lady. That was Sasha Banks. We're gonna want to see you for a little while, but we want to see you because you were Sasha Banks. Now, if you were established, you know, before, then whatever. But
yeah, I don't know if you felt like this. I don't know if anybody else felt like this, but I felt like this was just kind of like a jab at WWE. Her going over to New Japan, being there, maybe signing there. I don't know, but you know, I don't necessarily think she wanted to go to AEW. It's so, you know, sort of over. Not I would say over polished though, but I guess you know the honeymoon stages is already, you know,
it's done. Yeah.
It's done.
I think it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it was just a shot at WWE. I mean, she thanked them, she thanked Triple H, all that. But
she did, even when she went, like she thanked everybody. She gave it.
So
I think, listen here. You ready for it? You ready for it, Dre? You ready for it? I'm gonna drop a bomb. Let me tell you something. I'll make a prediction right now. Here we go. We're gonna do a prediction special. I'm telling you right now, Sasha Banks is gonna come out on the Royal Rumble and shock everybody ass. I'm gonna say it. I said it first. I ain't hear everybody say it yet. I'm pretty sure some people saying it. But I'm telling you right now, everybody thought she was gonna come to AEW and make at AEW last week, no, I'm telling you right, she gonna pop at that fucking Royal Rumble, yo. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
her and Naomi, I think.
That'd be dope.
I know Naomi's supposed to definitely be coming back.
Yeah.
She's supposed
The
to definitely be coming back. I mean, that's what I hear. That's what you hear. But
uh
but
the
I think
Royal
Sasha Banks
Rumble.
is gonna be there.
The Royal Rumble, man, the way that thing is shaping up is going to be sick. Real fast before we
Yeah.
get into the Royal Rumble. Okay, Vince McMahon is back in WWE. He's back on the board. I hope this doesn't mean that Triple H is not still
I tell you, man.
that he takes creative control away from Triple H. I hope that's not true. But like how we was just, or like how you mentioned in the WTF moment, how Stephanie McMahon resigned, and I just found it so interesting that now once Vince McMahon is back on, that she just said, you know what, I'm gone now. You feel
Telling
me?
you
And
right
I
now.
think and her leaving again, I think it's some truth under this Vince McMahon thing that he's trying to compress. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Now your daughter has gone down all of a sudden, so and with all the rumors now that WWE, I heard a couple of people shot it down. I seen something on TMZ, which hopefully is true, because if it's not true, or if it is what it is that WWE is selling to some type of Saudi Arabia or whatever, some big questions is what happened to some of the superstars, like Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
Sami
Yeah.
Zayn, who didn't go over to Crown Jewel, because of religion backgrounds, and
Yeah.
just so many different aspects. And one company that I just hope they don't sell to is also Disney. But that looks like that is possible, but I
Yeah.
don't know. But what's your thoughts on all that, man?
I think people are kind of interpreting the fact that, the Saudi Arabia deal, what happened like yesterday, I think it was yesterday. People
Yeah.
were just saying it. People were like, "Yo, they
Yes.
sold to Saudi Arabia."
Yes.
People were
Hmm.
saying it like they were making it like established, like it was a done deal. Now that's what they shut down. They were like, "No, we did not sell to Saudi Arabia." But I think people kind of are forgetting that is still a possibility. It's not like that shit went off the table. That is an open option. They're selling to their independent market or whatever the hell that means. I can't even act like I know what that
And,
means.
and if they sell to them, that means they go back private. And which that
Private,
means, can
yeah.
they go? Can they go back to TV 14? Is that a thing?
I mean, I really don't know, man. I don't really know like the politics. This is where I want my boy Derek T. Lewis. Derek, shout you out, because he was knowing all that shit. But
Yeah.
just from off the dome, like I think that Vince came back. I'm be real with you. I'm one of them type of people that say I don't think he ever fucking left. I'm be real with you. Now things did change,
Hmm.
shifts happened, but I don't think he ever left, bro. I don't think he ever
Hmm.
left. I think whatever was happening, he was waiting for his time, and his time is here. Now they definitely made changes and arranging and stuff like that or whatever. But Vince know what he's doing, bro. He has been at the top of that shit for decades. He ain't new to this shit, man. He ain't new to
Yeah.
the controversy. He ain't new to none of it. And if he is on some egomaniac type shit, and he's like, "Yo, listen, I am going to direct this company the way that I want. If I'm the chairman of the board, they're saying Nick Khan is the CEO, whatever the case may be. Vince McMahon knows what he's doing, yo." And that's how I feel about it. I definitely don't agree with him being back in. I think that the whole thing was definitely leaving was because they know shit before we know shit, bro. We just hear the
Hmm.
whatever from when they're talking. That's why we get the
Hmm.
dirt sheets and all that shit, because they have somebody who's a sneaky little, whatever, and then they leak that shit when they get done talking. So when Stephanie did her leave, Stephanie knew shit was about to hit the fan. So Steph said, "I don't
Hmm.
want this is my speculation. I don't want my
Hey,
name in that shit. I'm out.
exactly.
I'm out. I'll see y'all in
Hmm.
a couple months when shit calm down. I'm out."
Yeah.
But she
Uh-huh.
left, and then she came back when everything happened. Because who's gonna do it? Her and Triple H. She know Triple H. That's her husband. All right, I'll step in and do with Khan, and we do whatever. But then when Vince came back, Steph was immediately. It wasn't even fucking. It was in the news.
She
Steph said,
was.
"Listen, not even am I leaving for. I'm fucking done. I'm telling you right now, that right there speaks to me. That speaks volumes of what
Hmm.
it's something. It's rumbling going on, bro. I don't know what the fuck it is, But I just hope that it's not, like you said, man. I
Even
hope that it's not affecting like the locker room and the product, because
yeah,
WWE has been fucking amazing recently, bro.
yes,
Like it's
but
been enjoyable as hell.
and I think this, I don't know, with the backstage. Obviously, I'm not, part of the company,
Yeah,
but I think it's going to be people going to be walking on eggshells Friday night, and Monday night backstage because Vince McMahon is back, and obviously Triple H has gave all the guys and girls so much. It took, from what it seems to me from watching the show since he took over, he gave them a little creative freedom to do
it
some
seems like
stuff,
it a lot.
and
Yeah, a lot.
yeah, and I know Vince McMahon. Like I said, I don't believe him. Like how you said, I don't think he never left. I don't think so. Neither. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't. One thing I don't. One thing I won't do and I can't do is doubt Vince McMahon. Like he
Yeah,
is
man.
sort of the god of professional wrestling. Like so, he
There's no other way to say
knows
it.
what he's doing in a way. He
Yeah,
knows it. So
you've been
you
through
know,
all this shit, bro.
yeah, he might be out of touch on some things, or he just may see it in a different, vision, or whatever the case may be. But I just don't know. And then with WrestleMania coming up, and it's going to be one of the biggest WrestleManias,
In
probably
Hollywood,
with
in Hollywood,
yes,
bro.
in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big fucking
Potentially
day.
the Rock. I don't know. And if this the case, we coming up with WrestleMania. And if we're gonna do this, I think it's best to just go ahead and induct Vince McMahon into the Hall of Fame and just leave
Yeah.
it at that.
But you know damn well,
I
like
don't
we're
know.
saying, bro, that would be like the dream story, right?
Yeah.
But as much as I hate saying it, because I love Vince, man, because just he gave me like wrestling my whole childhood. I've been watching wrestling since I was a little ass kid, man. My whole life, I've been watching wrestling. When I sat here and look and I see, the kind of person that he is, as you're learning it throughout the years, every story is not true, everything, but everything can't be a lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of this shit that they saying has got to be true. And I've been following this shit for a long time. I do believe he's very power hungry. I do believe he's very strategic, how he wants things to be. He ain't trying to take no breaks. He's trying to own every fucking thing. And if he doesn't own it, I think he's going to try his best to do whatever. That's why I think he brought back the XFL. Because I think the XFL was a failure for him. And he said, I ain't failing at shit. I'm going to make this work. You have to be like that to establish his type of fucking dominance, to establish his type of power. You have to be that unforgivable, I'm going full throttle as much as I can. And, he definitely made mistakes. He's a human being, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, for whatever reasons. But I do think that Vince McMahon is like, yo, if this ship is going down or this ship is going wherever, I'm going to be the one. After all these years I put in, you think somebody else is going to take this from under me and really... I don't think so, man. I think Vince is going to put it... I don't think he's trying to, like, sabotage, but I do think he's like, I'm going to be a part of this somehow. Y'all ain't running this shit without me. I'm still here on this earth. I'm breathing. Y'all going to do this shit the way I want it done, in some way at least.
I said this, and actually someone else said this too, and I was like, it makes perfect sense too. Vince McMahon has been running WWE for X amount of years, 30, 40, 50 years. I don't even know how many years it's been total. A lot of years. And
like
then
30
all of a sudden,
at least, I think.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you tell him he has to step down or whatever, and that's all he known all his life. There's no all his life, and now he go home. What the fuck is to do? I'm a rich billionaire. What is it to do? So that's why I don't really think, for real, to agree with you. I don't think he really left. He just, like you said, waited for the right amount of time for things to sort of like blow off, and but. I don't know.
He probably stepped down. You definitely see that there was a change in, command or whatever. But like you just said, bro, he's got his clauses and all that stuff. You think that man don't know what he's doing, bro? You don't think he got contract signed and no matter what, just like Derek was saying about the TV deals are about to go up in 2024. So he's a part of that. He's got his name. That's his company for fucking 30, 40 years, man. He's got his name attached to that. You don't just disappear. I mean, the world will have you think that, people are just, scandal, canceled. Yeah, you might be canceled from being seen on the screen. You might not want nobody to do, but at the same time, you ain't going nowhere, bro. Like you're just gonna do your backstage politics. That's how you get done. The
Mhm.
people in power are usually
Yeah.
not the ones you see, man. But Vince McMahon, one of them type of people, he's been involved in it for so long. We know him as an image, we know him as a character, we know him as the owner and the big head businessman, and we also know like the other
Yeah.
stuff because he's got his hand in everything. He's sitting at Gorilla, he's in the creative meetings, he's part of everything. He wants the final say so. Like so, it's like that's he is the machine. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I don't agree with it anymore because I think that I definitely think he's outdated. I think it's time to allow other people to pick up where he left this phenomenal product and stuff like that. I think Triple H and them were doing an amazing job. But I do think that there are going to be some changes that are going to come in because he wants it to be that way. Until we see what happens with whatever else is going on.
Yeah,
But
man. I hope not. I just hope if he returns, I hope he stay backstage or whatever the case may be. Just let Triple H continues to do his thing because right now we're leading up to the Royal Rumble. Things are getting
yeah,
hot and spicy. Like I said at the beginning of the show, hope everyone come back and join
yeah,
me. Hopefully Brian B probably be here. Who knows, man? We're gonna
oh
have
yeah,
we're gonna go
oh yeah,
live right before the Royal Rumble. We're gonna talk all our crap. And like I was saying too, the Royal Rumble, man, is coming up to be really, really huge, man. Cody Rhodes is um, definitely probably gonna make his return at the Rumble
pretty
with all
sure.
the
Yeah,
vignettes that they are doing right now. You said Sasha Banks, a little prediction that she's gonna pop
I
in
think
on the
so.
women's side. Okay, okay,
Damn,
okay.
I want to do a prediction so bad right now. All right, fuck it, Dre. We don't have a prediction show. We
I'm
gonna have a prediction show, but who do you think, bro? Who do you think's gonna take it, yo?
for the men,
Yeah,
I think for the men who's gonna win the Royal Rumble is Cody Rhodes.
I think so too, man.
I
I
think
don't
it's
want him
literally
to.
set up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
I
I
don't
think
want him to,
everything is
bro.
yeah, I think everything is set up for him to win. They're doing the exact same thing they did with Triple H back in 2002 when Triple H, excuse me, tore his quad and he came
Yeah,
back and leading up to his comeback, they were showing all the vignettes of him getting back and instead of stuff like that. They're doing the exact same thing with Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes is the odds-on favorite. And I said this numerous of times. I know Warren probably hated me for saying this because it was rumored that The Rock, my man, The Rock, was possibly to win the Royal Rumble, and I was like,
yeah.
no, man,
I
I
don't
would
think they're gonna
love,
let that shit happen. I don't think
yeah,
they're gonna let
please
that
don't,
happen. Please
please don't,
don't.
because
Please don't.
it's so many ways that we can get to The Rock versus Roman Reigns
Yeah, yeah,
without The Rock winning the Royal Rumble. And me
yeah,
personally, I'm cool with Cody winning it because he's a guy who never won it. I'm all with someone who never won it. In the past years, we get these old school vets who win it, and it's just like I'm more of a let these guys who bust their ass 200, 300 something days out of the year, like a Kevin Owens. I definitely think he deserved it.
yeah.
Kevin winning it.
I'm
Just so
about to blow
many
your mind real
different.
quick.
Go
Watch this.
ahead.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch my prediction. Y'all tell me y'all feeling me. All right. Listen. Watch this thing. I don't know if this is a prediction. This is more of like a wish that I can put it. Listen. This is what I think should happen. I think that we should go on some Seth Rollins wins the Rumble. I think
Hmm,
Seth should win the Rumble this year. I
okay.
think Seth should win the Rumble, and I think that should finally set the final face-off between Seth and Roman at Mania. And I think that should be one of the biggest match. I think that should be the obstacle where you set it up where you have KO and Sami Zayn are hitting up for the Usos on the tag titles, and they take both of them. And I think that Seth and Roman, and I think Roman should finally beat Seth, and he's the one that takes Seth out. Now, with that, I think that you should set up whatever you want to set up for Cody Rhodes. I think he should come back. I think there should be some kind of weird interference, and they say, "Hey, we don't want you here," blah blah, whatever. Whether it be, hear me out. Whether it be Randy returning at the fucking Royal Rumble and taking out Cody, and then there's some shit with them. That would be an amazing feud for that to happen. But I think that you can take that, let Seth win at the Rumble, free up the titles to open up Roman and Rock, free up all of that stuff to do all that different stuff or whatever. You still got SummerSlam, you still got all the other things after Mania that's going to be going on. And then you hit down the road a little bit, you turn Cody on some heel shit, and Seth got the titles, and you revisit the Cody on the heel and Seth on the good shit, and you hit that fucking feud, and you allow the belts to be broken up or you whatever. That's how, if I had some fantasy booking shit, that's where I would take it, bro. Because I
I
think
like
Seth
it.
should win
And
that damn title, yo.
Seth
I think
is
Seth
Seth.
should win the Rumble, yo.
If anyone deserves it, Seth does, man. Like everything he
Yeah.
did in 2000, from the last couple of years in general, man, just
Yeah.
re-evolving and reinventing himself and just working with so many people. Obviously, the match of the year last year, when he made Cody Rhodes look like $1 million fucking bucks.
Bro. With
So
a
it's like,
broken freaking thing. Yeah.
yeah, man, and even let's not even talk about what he did at the Royal Rumble. Came out, in the Shield attire and blew everybody
Yeah,
nine
yeah.
away. So it was just so much things that Seth Rollins is just, I dig it. He deserved it. He
Yeah.
got a little bum
Yo,
knee right now, so I know
hear
he's
me
gonna
out,
work
bro.
the Rumble and whatever else come after that. Go ahead.
This is why I also feel this way. This is why I've been having, because I've been having on a couple different shows at this point and said the same thing about Cody, man. I like Cody. I like Cody. This is the thing with Roman Reigns, though. Roman has been dominant for 2 years, holding the titles. The bloodline is absolute dominance. I feel like he has taken out everybody in this 2-year period, from Daniel Bryan to Edge to Kevin Owens to this and that. Everybody, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend. He has taken out everybody, bro, except Seth. That's the only one. He had that bullshit win against Seth that was barely a win at the Royal Rumble. He's never taken Seth out on some fair shit. Not even fair, because there's Usos interrupt. Yeah, whatever. But he's never taken Seth out. I think it's the perfect storyline. I think it's perfect for the Shield. And I think that they both can build off of that. And if Seth wins the title from Roman, I feel like it's a big enough, like, you've taken out everybody but me. And that's enough adrenaline to be like, yeah, that's right. He hasn't. But somebody new like Cody, who just got here, who did amazing with Seth, he's been here before, but to put him up against Roman and let him dethrone Roman, who's been running this bitch for 2 years, I feel like it's not complete, man. It's not complete.
I feel
I
you.
don't know.
I totally agree. I get what you're saying, though. I definitely get what you're saying. The Seth Rollins one definitely makes perfect sense.
Man,
Me personally,
listen,
I would love to see Seth with the title back on him. But I mean, if they were to face anytime soon, like at least right now, we just need to get the belt off of Roman Reigns, both belts off of Roman
yeah.
Reigns. I know what
I
they're
think he's
doing
got to lose
on.
both of them, man. I think he's got to lose both of them too.
Yeah,
I don't think you can
well,
separate them.
I hope he lose them to separate people though. Like, in my
Yeah,
opinion, on Raw, we got the United States title. They trying to make that the main title and stuff like that. And I know a
yeah.
match that happened on Monday Night Raw where Judgment Day won a number one contender match to take on the Usos, and they specifically said for the Raw championships. So now they kind of like going into this mix. So
Oh,
now
I
it's
didn't
not
notice
just
that.
for one title. I mean, not for both. It's just for one. So I want to see the Usos is doing wonderful. They could pop up,
Yeah,
but Roman Reigns,
boys.
yes, I understand. He's the tribal chief. He's getting up there. He's playing his cards. He fought Brock Lesnar a little bit too much, so now he know like I
Yeah,
can chill.
yeah.
Like I could just
Please
I
no
could be at
Brock
home,
Lesnar.
but
Oh man,
yeah,
please no Brock
but
Lesnar, bro.
I want the title. I was never a fan. I love the image. I love the visual. I love everything about it. I was just never a fan of putting both belts
Both
on
belts for one
Roman
person.
Reigns. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was not a
That's
fan
why I
because
thought
that
they were going to
leaves.
unify, bro. I thought they were going to unify. It made more sense if you're going to unify the belt, because at this point, with Roman having this long thing, no matter what, think about it like this: if they split the belts up, this person who hasn't been pinned in 2 years has to now be pinned twice. So how are you going to establish that? Like, unless you got some cheating shit, unless you turn them, the only way you could get away with it is if you turn on a face turn and the bloodline on some face turn shit.
That's the only that you just
That'll be
made a
the
good
only
and
way.
valid.
You
That's a
can't.
valid.
He's got to be pinned twice, bro.
That's a valid
2 years of
point though. He
dominance.
have to be. He have to
He's
be
got to
pinned
lose
twice,
one
but
time after that 2 years. He's got to lose both of them belts at once, because otherwise it don't. Unless he's going to just keep one for a long fucking time again.
I
I
think
mean,
he's
I've
if
seen it,
any
yo.
title that he any title that he keeps, it will be the Universal because that's the one he has held for over
Yeah,
800 something days. So the WWE title would be the one he would let go. But like you said, that's a valid point that he will have to get pinned twice though.
twice,
But
2 years he ain't been. Yeah, man.
but if that
I can
happens,
see it.
if it does, the Usos or the Bloodline will be the reason why.
Yeah,
Because that would make sense. Who else? Who else would be who else? Nobody, like you said, he beat everybody. He's the man.
please.
Who else would match up to Roman Reigns or this competitor to defeat him for both belts or just for a belt either though? I think
Yo,
within the
yo.
bloodline, things rises up, the cream rises to the top,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
happens.
Listen, I did this prediction too. I did this prediction too. Like, tell me how you think about this shit or whatever. This is kind of off the brain too. Another thing I said, only other thing I can see with Roman is I can see not Jey Uso, because Jey Uso, they played that game already. Jey Uso that's my boy. I love the fucking Usos, but he's not the one to take the belt from Roman. This is how I started. Solo, bro.
Yeah.
Solo
Hmm.
Sikoa. He's
He
the
will. Huh?
enforcer. I'm telling you right
Yes.
now. Roman starts hitting the Jey Uso shit. Like, no, you're under me. I'm the tribal chief. I'm over doing that shit to Solo. And Solo's
Yes.
like,
Oh,
look,
are you saying?
motherfucker.
Are you saying Roman doing the same thing to Solo what he did to like sort of Sami Zayn a couple
Jay
of weeks ago?
Uso. It's a Jimmy and Jay Uso. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Remember,
okay,
remember,
okay.
remember when Jimmy came back and he first came back
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, listen, I'm this and Jimmy was like, you ain't this, and then he finally just fell in line. I can see something happening where Solo maybe doesn't make the save. So maybe even with the belt, he loses one
Well,
of the belts. And it's because Solo didn't do something. And he tried to go after
mhm.
Solo, and Solo's like, are you crazy? I'm this. And he turns, and then he takes that shit from Solo. I can see that happening. That'll be a
Yeah,
fucking story I can see.
the Solo one makes sense though, but I can definitely see it going how exactly what Roman Reigns did to Sammy last week
Yeah.
when he said, "Hold up, wait a minute, you want to be me? You want to be the tribal chief?" So I can see him saying that to Solo, like you the
Yeah. Yeah.
enforcer,
On
you
some other
want to be
shit.
the tribal chief, you want to
Yeah,
be
man.
in my position, and Solo step up. I don't know if you saw this interview. It's rolled around a couple of times, so the seeds are planting though. But they asked Solo, "Hey, are you if you're in the Royal Rumble and you win it, would you go on to face your cousin for Universal Championship?" And he said it straight up, like, "Hey, man, that's family, but if I got to, that's just what it is, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like he is the one, though. He's gonna be the one that's going to
Solo gonna
divide
get it on,
everything.
bro. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
and then you
like
gotta play it like this, like that's Uso's brother, so they're gonna be torn. You know what I'm saying? It almost fits perfectly. You know what I'm saying? If they do some crazy shit, which I don't think they're gonna do, and let Sammy take that fucking one of them belts from Roman, that will
nah,
be very interesting, yo. But yeah, I don't
yeah,
think so either. Um,
I don't
but
think
I just
so.
think that also think about it like this too. Solo not turning because it won't be a flip. It would be more like Solo's like, you ain't over me. You ain't gonna do me like you did my brothers. Let me show you what's gonna happen. And then they clash hard. And then Solo just
Yeah,
takes it. But after that, that also can set up with no, I'm the dominant one, and then they flip on Solo or whatever, and then that's when you bring in the Rock or whatever, and then you can kind of go from there to see you saying you the tribal chief, and then everybody starts following behind the Rock, and then they all turn on Roman or whatever. It's different
hey
ways
man,
that you can do it, man.
it
You can do it.
it's so many ways though. So many ways though. Okay, just like you asked me real fast, who
Yeah.
you got winning the women's Royal Rumble match?
Women's, I haven't put as much thought into women's, bro. I feel like, first of all, I'm tired of Bianca with the belt. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm tired of Bianca with the belt. I don't think she's an entertaining champion. She's definitely a fighting champion. I don't think that she's doing enough with it. I want to see somebody hold the belt. I don't want to see Charlotte with the fucking belt. I don't want to see Ronda Rousey. I don't want to see Ronda Rousey anymore.
You were excited when Charlotte came back and won the belt.
It was a good moment, but no.
It was. I went on social, man. Everybody was throwing so many. Oh fuck the combo! Why did they do that? I mean, like, I'd rather her as champion than Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like,
Ronda with the
I
belt.
get
I'm
the,
good.
yeah, I get
Yeah,
why they had Ronda as champ and all that, but I don't know. I don't know. But
All
like I
these
said,
unbeatable people, like it just gets to a point when like I was saying in one of my other ones, I was like, Ronda has been established as like, oh, she's unbeatable. She used to be a fighter, but the only
Mandy.
problem with that is every time you have a match with somebody, it's like, well, who's competition? Who
Yeah.
and Bianca would have been a nice match, but they never have that. From what I'm hearing, from what I think it's definitely going to be Charlotte and Bianca at Mania. But I think my prediction is Rhea. I think Rhea's winning this Royal Rumble.
That's
I think
good.
she's
You
going
know
to
what I
take.
just said?
Yeah,
Yeah, Rhea Ripley is actually great. She's doing amazing things
yeah.
right there.
I think
I,
Rhea's going
I
to take
like
this
the
shit.
I like the bold prediction that Kofi Kingston gave her that she possibly could win the United States or Intercontinental Championship this year. The way
Mm.
things can
Yeah, I
keep
wouldn't
going
mind
on
that
for her.
either.
Yeah, she only
Yeah, she a
defeated
beast, yo.
Tozawa. Yeah, she only defeated Akira Tozawa, but we'll see how it goes though. But
Yeah.
my mind just a little wild card. Mandy Rose win the women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, you think she
That'll
gonna
blow
come
every
back on some shit?
that'll blow everybody fucking mind right there, man.
That would.
That'll get
The only thing
that would
is,
get everybody.
bro, I'm sorry to kill that. I mean, it would be awesome, but Mandy
Yeah.
Rose went on that TV show and talk shit about WWE. They are not bringing her ass back. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
She
for
just did
real?
that interview. Yeah, she did that interview with whatever that talk show was, but she exposed them. She was basically she didn't expose them. She kind of just said how she felt. She said she didn't know that she was getting fired. She said
I bet,
it sucked and all that or whatever. But
I
I
bet
don't think.
she. I bet she would after that five hundred
Oh
thousand
yeah,
dollar
I
check
bet
she got.
too. Shit, I bet too. But I'm just saying, like,
Huh.
I don't think if even if it was a possibility, if her ever coming back or getting back, I definitely don't think it would be this Royal Rumble. That
Yeah,
would be
it's gonna take some.
interesting.
It's
Yeah,
gonna take
it
some
would take some
time though.
time, if anything. I don't
Take
think
some
she
time.
wants to. I don't think she. I think that girl making money. She don't got to worry about hurting no more. She might miss it or whatever, but I don't know. There's still some people out there that's like the Eva Marie shit. Like, you ain't here. You might be a fan, kind of, but you ain't in the heart of this shit, yo. Bailey is of the heart of this women's wrestling. Charlotte Flair is the heart of women's wrestling. Sasha Banks is women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Even Bianca's like a really good athlete. Maybe she loves wrestling, but she's not like a Bailey, a Sasha, or a Flair. Becky Lynch is women's wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like Dakota's Kai, like all of them. These motherfuckers that have been wrestling since they're like 12 years old, bro. Fans of wrestling. They wanted was
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at. And then it's got the other ones who want to come up in there like Nikita Lyons. Is that fucking she fucking Instagram? She was on not no hate, but I'm just being real. She was on one of them damn reality love shows and shit on VH1 and
Yeah.
shit or whatever.
I can tell.
You enjoy the fucking spotlight, but are you
Mhm.
like you feel me? Like you a Eva Marie to me, yo. I don't think
Yeah.
you ain't a Becky. You might be good, but I don't know, bro. It's just a different
Yeah.
limelight. What you think about Teddy? What you think about Teddy? Saying what's his name? Teddy Long. What do you think about what he said about Ronda Rousey?
What Teddy Long say?
He had like a post or whatever saying that he doesn't think that she's really like loving the business. Like she's just there as kind of like in like getting being a spot
Well,
being in the spotlight
yeah,
with it or whatever, but
yeah.
not like as a
That Yeah, so that's so interesting because that's nothing. That's actually nothing new though. Somebody else, I had a guess on. Well, actually, no. She actually said that she kind of like ran down the business throughout her whole little hiatus for like a year and a half, 2 years about WWE. I don't know if she was trying to like build up a heel persona or whatnot, but
yeah. I
I
think
don't.
she just
I
talks
don't think
shit.
they put on screen with some they put on the screen with my girl Shayna Baszler, which should be dominating right now, but I don't know why. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, they put her with her to kind of like I guess have some type of friendship or whatever going on, but I don't think she really takes it serious.
me
You
neither.
can see her in the middle of the ring, especially the night Charlotte came back and she said something on the mic. She was so kind of like nonchalant with it. She meant to say the Royal Rumble, but she said SummerSlam. So it's like Yeah,
She
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know.
got
I don't know about
attitude. She always had like even when I remember watching her fight and stuff like that, she's always had kind of like a bitchy kind of attitude. And I don't know her personally, but you
yeah,
portray yourself in front of millions of people, yo, you gonna fucking pass get judgment on you. It's just how it is.
yeah.
But she does come off very like, yeah, I'm the best. What are you gonna do about it? Type shit. Like that's why I don't respect that shit, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it's
don't.
an act. I don't think it's all the way an act. I think that when them fans turned on her that time, she was bitching, like you said. When she left, she was bitching about it. She didn't like it because she thought everybody was gonna love her, and they didn't. Because yes, you had a good WrestleMania match with the Triple H and Kurt Angle shit or whatever, but at the same time, you ain't it. You not it. They trying to portray you
Mm.
because of your name, but you're not it on this shit. And I'm pretty sure them fucking them women who bust their ass every week, they felt the same
Lo-
way. You
Logan
not
Paul
it.
is better
You
than
feel
her.
me?
Yeah.
Shit. Logan Paul might be one of the best fucking I ain't never wrestled people in the planet that came out. Logan Paul is fucking
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal. And I
Yeah,
ain't even hating
really,
on him, yo. Logan
really
Paul,
is, man.
his brother too. His brother too. I ain't gonna take shit away from either one of them. Them
Uh,
motherfuckers is phenomenal, yo.
real fast, last one. What was your thoughts and what do you think on the Uncle Howdy thing, the Uncle Howdy situation?
Yo, I love Bray, man. But yo, I'm tired of waiting. I want to see what the fuck's gonna happen, yo. You ain't gonna see the rumor
I love
is.
it.
Yeah, I love it too. I do love it. But the rumor is they supposed to have like a whole thing. But what I'm saying is we've met one motherfucker so far. You teasing Alexa and Bray, we don't know what the fuck he's doing. He come out there and talk to people for an hour, for 10 seconds, and then the screen plays and he's gone. Now Uncle Howdy's starting to come out smoking shit like that. How many people gonna be in this group? And we're gonna have to wait 3-4 months to see all these members? Or are we finally just going to get a reveal like, okay, this is the Wyatt Six, this is whatever it's going to be, this is who's in it with us, we taking over wrestling? That's what I'm hoping that we get. I wish it was Royal Rumble. I don't think it's I think Royal Rumble we're going to definitely get a reveal. It's a big pay-per-view, but I
I think
hope
it's
that
going to
they
be. I
I,
think it'll be
I
fully
hope
revealed
so.
at WrestleMania.
I hope, man, because aren't you ready to see like what they're gonna do? Because we have been seeing the
To,
vignettes, we have been seeing stuff. It's
to,
it's a build, but damn,
yeah,
I mean, I
but
want to see something now, bro.
I know, but to be honest with you, I'm cool with it. Like
You liking
like
it?
I liking it though because I
Yeah,
like the way they using LA Knight as just the
yo, he's
just as a
phenomenal, bro.
he really is though he
I
really is.
love
But I
LA
like how
Knight, yo.
they using him. But then you bring out Uncle Howdy, but at one time he just popped up on the stage and then he came all the way. I just want to see where it goes.
Yeah, me
I'm here
too.
for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
The slow build is cool, and yes, Bray Wyatt has come out there multiple times and and said a couple of stuff, and then the screen did this, and that was it.
that's it.
And it
Yeah,
just
it's
didn't
like
go
fucking.
nowhere. So people are just like, what's next? Like I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for it. Like come on, let's get it over with.
The
But
answer, the anticipation. I mean, we can all agree the anticipation has definitely built. I mean, where you ready to see it? Hopefully, Royal Rumble. If they go past the Royal Rumble, or if they even do some slight subtle shit at the Royal Rumble, I'm gonna be pissed, yo. I'm like, yo, okay, come on, bro. You got to give you inching it, but you could push a foot forward a little bit. But
yeah,
I definitely think that whatever they're gonna do with it, because the reveal is really what we're all anticipating. We want to see what it is. You want to see what Uncle Howdy is. You want to see what Alexis Bliss is gonna do with it. You want to see what it's going to become. But once you get there, then we have to see what they're gonna do. And I guess that's the part that I'm waiting for because I want to see who are they going to go up against? Who are they going to fight? There is a couple of factions, but if they have a couple members, you have to have another group to kind of combat them, unless they're going to be just some kicking everybody's single opponents at. But LA
Mhm.
Knight, somebody said this about LA Knight about the whole Bray Wyatt thing, and when I think about it, I'm not going to lie, I agree with it. They said that people have been trying to show off Bray Wyatt with this whole thing with LA Knight, working with him, but people have been unintentionally. LA Knight is shining harder than fucking Bray Wyatt in this, yo. LA Knight
Mhm.
is phenomenal, man. Like
Yes, yes.
he's playing this role, his demeanor. You said it before, and I had to sit there and say, what? But you say his cockiness and his confidence is similar to The Rock. You are very right. Now, I don't think he is The Rock,
No,
But
no, 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 no. He's not. No, I don't mean to cut you off though. But did you notice when
yeah,
he did a promo backstage on SmackDown, and if you put them together, you can see it as he was doing the promo. I don't know what he was saying though, but he said probably something like, "Yeah, why ain't you people nothing? Shut up." You know,
yo,
like
my
you can.
mother, yo,
That's
yo,
that
yeah, I know what
shit.
you're talking about.
That's
I know what you're talking
that's
about.
that
Yeah,
shit I'm
it is,
talking
it
about.
is,
Like
it is.
that is it, man.
He got,
Like
he
man,
got,
I'm
he
telling
got
you,
electricity, bro. He
and,
has
and
electricity. There's no
people
doubt about it,
and people would not know. 10 years ago, actually, it was a show
bro.
called on TNT called The Hero, and he was on The Hero, and The Rock was the host. I love the show. The show was
Oh
great.
shit.
He got eliminated though, but I think at that point he learned a lot from The Rock, and a lot of people would just laugh at me or whatever like that. I don't think they just calling this guy a megastar for any reason. But I
Bro,
got a big hopes and high hopes for LA Knight.
yeah.
I'm
Let me
telling
drop
you,
something
like.
on you. If you don't, I don't know if you know this, but I found it out recently too. LA Knight was in WWE 2K14 and 15. I think I might be getting the games wrong. LA Knight was the fucking animate guy or whatever. That was all the the
The
mannerisms
moves,
and the
yeah.
movements for the wrestlers in the
Huh?
game. That was him. He was doing that
Okay.
shit. He was doing the Goldbergs, the Rocks. He was impersonating them for the game. This motherfucker, yo, he's got skill, bro.
Yeah.
When I found that out, and then I heard you said, just like you just said, yo, I got like chills when you said it because I remembered him saying it. He has that. People might think I'm fucking crazy because he's still
Nah.
new. I'm telling you right
Mhm.
now, LA Knight, that motherfucker can be a Stone Cold, yo. He could be a
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. When you gotta think of it like somebody standing in the ring, talking shit, and then his music hits. You like, oh shit, LA Knight's going, and then he starts talking back to him. As soon as he speaks, you're like, all right, some shit's about to go down. I want to see this shit now.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
that trait.
And
You need that shit, bro.
yes, yes. I think the
Fucking
only thing
phenomenal.
that would send LA Knight off to the moon is just give me his new music. Give me a new music for him to come out to.
Yeah. New
Something
setup.
that just, yeah, something that just, because you know, everybody who got a theme song in WWE, within 2 seconds, you know, let out 1 second, you know
Yeah.
who it is. Whether it's the burn, the glass break, you smell, the whole
Yep.
John Cena little, you know who
You
it
know it.
is. And I think that's exactly what he needs, man. You
Yeah.
know, he gonna be the
Yeah,
man.
I think LA Knight's
He
gonna
gonna be
be.
the
I
man.
think I keep saying it. The three people that I'm watching this year is Austin Theory, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. I think those three guys right there are gonna are gonna be the ones to watch this year. I definitely don't think they're gonna hit any crazy accolades, but I think that you're gonna be invested in shit that they do. And the shit that they do is going to start building them because next year, I think these guys are going to be the ones who are going to be going after titles and shit. At least close to it. This Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins can't go after titles every fucking year, bro. It's got to start being passed down to some of these new dudes who are really working. These new tag teams. The New Day can't be the tag team champions. It has to start working, bro. We've been watching these guys for over 15 years at this point, bro. The Shield and the New Day and all that shit, they're fucking 15 years deep. We can't keep seeing the same people. It's time to start introducing an LA Knight, bro. And he's in for a while. He isn't brand new, but he's a new face that you're not used to seeing. And I think he's definitely gonna speak volumes, bro. I'm excited about it.
I am, man. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited for this year. Everything,
Yeah,
man, for real. This was a dope one, man. Yo, Brian B,
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through here on
Oh, yeah,
the
man.
11:30 podcast show. Anytime, and you know you're always welcome, man, for real.
Yes,
But like
sir.
I
Thank
always
you.
do at the end of the show, man, any questions, any shout outs, anything you would like to say?
Yeah, definitely want to shout out the Beeline Web Show, the Beeline Entertainment Show. Guys, please follow. We are doing our weekly shows are back. I just did my season premiere on Tuesday. We have actually tonight. Well, I'm not sure when you guys are going to watch this, but
Hmm.
uh my entertainment show. I have a really good show. I have a lot of really, 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 really incredible people coming on the show this year, man. I really hope you guys stay tuned. Definitely follow my man Dre. You're gonna see him. Dre, we got to get you on my show, man. You
Yeah,
haven't been on my
man.
show yet.
No,
I gotta get to work, man.
yeah,
Gotta get to
we
work on
gotta
that.
link that up. That'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
but definitely with the live on the lines, we're doing live on the line. We go live every Sunday night. We're gonna recap the week. We're gonna see different stuff that's been going on, talk about some things, let you guys kind of speak to us a little bit more. But yeah, man, go follow me, go follow Dre, go follow all of us. We doing big things this year, man. No stopping whatsoever.
Hey man, I dig it. I dig it so much, man. Appreciate you coming through,
Yeah, no
here
doubt, brother.
on the show, man. For real, for real. We're gonna chat in just a bit. I thank everyone for
Gotcha.
tuning in for this dope bonus episode of the 1130 podcast show. Appreciate it so much. Like I said in the beginning of the show, January 25th, this is the first episode back of the new year, third year of podcasting. Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. 10:30 Central. So definitely tune in. Also, beyond 11:30, we'll be talking sex, relationships, parents, and all that stuff. Part 2 of the relationship episode is definitely coming soon. And just like me and my guy Brian B was just chatting about wrestling, man. Big fan of wrestling. Talk Pro Wrestling returns, man. Live. We're gonna do a live January 28th, the day of the Royal Rumble. So it's gonna be before the Royal Rumble. We're gonna do a pre-show predictions. Talk more about this whole WWE and Mr. McMahon thing and just all of it, man. So if you down with wrestling and you enjoy it, definitely tap in, man. For real. But before I head on out of here, once again, I want to thank everyone for the major support of supporting the 1130 podcast on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Trying to get my TikTok thing going on. And definitely, if you subscribe, follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the 1130 podcast here on YouTube. If you haven't done so, do it now, man. I don't know what you're waiting for. And also, thank everyone for tuning in to the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. On the audio side, over 8.3 thousand total downloads. So I thank everyone for that, man. Thank everyone for that. And man, I'm just trying to kick off this third year of podcasting strong, man. And once again, thank everyone. But before I go get on out of here, you know what time it is. Don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter at the 1130 podcast, which I haven't been on Twitter in a while though. Follow me on Instagram at the 1130 podcast _ on TikTok at the 1130 podcast. Like the 1130 podcast on Facebook. And once again, if you haven't done so, this entire episode, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a comment. Tell you what you think about the show. And definitely make sure you go subscribe, man. The links will be down below to the Brian B Entertainment LLC show, man, here on YouTube. So definitely make sure you go subscribe, like his video, share it. Tell everyone that Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, sent you over there, man, for real. So it's gonna be fun, for real. And also remember, everybody, man, live with abundance, man. Just be grateful for everything you have and stay blessed, man. Give all the glory to God, man, for real. It's crazy times we live in, but just live life to the fullest, man. Yo, I ain't gonna keep on rambling. It's been an awesome one. I missed this, for real. But for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wells, and my awesome buddy, my bro Brian B, for coming through here on the show, man. Yo, I see you guys next time, man.